Hi guys, so we are still around Omoyele in Lagos, and we have, a group of youth who heard that Omoyele Sowore was around the neighborhood and decided to quickly organize themselves in order to sing.
Idu, Sowore is here. Idu, Zama, Sowore, Sowore is Zama. Aluta continua, aluta continua, aluta, aluta, aluta continua, Victoria, Victoria, Santa, Victoria, Santa, Victoria, Victoria, Victorious! Yes. Jamuna. Why now?
Show 2019. We are taking back our $2.
Sada.
Ṣé Jamiu ẹ̀ mọ́mọ́ ẹ dání ni? Ó ń bọ̀ sí. Ó ń bọ̀ ọjà mọ́ ń bọ̀.
Head of fish. Head of fish. Hey now.
He's on his way. He's already on his
Lagos, taking back our country. Abiola, Atalaye Manila. Yeah.
Hi, Bukola. Nothing. These are just the views of the youth of Omoyele in Lagos who decided to meet with Omoyele Sowore, considering it was in the neighborhood.
Jamo. What's the limbo by where's the Jamo?
We are at the Jagaban base. This base has been existing, and this base has always recognized our comrade and presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore, even before he declared for his presidential ambition.
Yes.
One of the pioneers of this base is comrade Adegboyega Otunuga, the popular bandit. So on this note, we felt it would be an injustice, it would be disrespectful for comrade Omoyele Sowore to come to Oroshoki and not visit the most peaceful base in the Oroshoki community. Even this base has been certified by the Oroshoki Police Division as the most peaceful, non-violent, intellectual base in one, two, Uncle B, three. Let our president come down. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Please, come on.
Okay.
Podium. It's not a podium. Our podium. Our podium.
Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.
I came to a church here today.
Yes, we were told.
But before I will continue, I want to let you know that Oroshoki has a special place in my life. I attended the University of Lagos, as most of you know.
Yes.
But my first ever protest against military rule was done in the Oroshoki axis. As the student union president of Unilag, I have a special squad here that we used to collaborate with. The moment we want to shut down Lagos, we just shut down the Tomiland Bridge base at Oroshoki. That's the end of Lagos. That's everywhere.
Yes.
And so I'm back home. I'm not a stranger here.
Our president is here. Our president is here.
So we are faced with a different challenge in Nigeria today. As you know, if you are in Oroshoki 20 years ago, 10 years ago, this place is worse than it used to be 20 years ago. The story of Oroshoki is the story of Nigeria. Everything has degenerated, everything has deteriorated. And as we are even standing here, the people in government don't care about you. Whether it's the Lagos state government or federal government, even the local government, I don't know how much you see them here. But if you are seeing them at all, there's no sign that there's government in this country in this kind of a neighborhood. And that is why in electing the next president of Nigeria, you must consider people who can relate with us, with the ordinary people. We have voted for non-entities for too long in this country. They have voted themselves in power against us. But it is our time to take the reins of power in the interest of our future destinies. That is why I am in the race for presidency. Every other person can be telling you manifesto, ideas, propaganda, agenda. My own is not like that. My own is very direct. I'll say to people in this place, you know me, and I know you, and we know ourselves, and we know what we can do for the future of this country. Yes. Because right now, with the realities that has faced us over the years, we have no future. I don't want to lie to you. Because we have no country. This country is not working for us. It's not working for you, I'm very sure. It's not working for your children. And it's not likely that things will change except we change it. Yes, of course. And because I'm in front of you, I want to let you know that we might need to do what we did to chase the military away, to chase the current civilian leaders away from power. Oh, yes. We have to take it beyond just the PVC. There has to be a revolutionary zeal and commitment and decisiveness to change Nigeria's destiny. As I said in church before I came here, when Israelites were about to be delivered, the promised land was supposed to be for 4 years before they get there. But because they didn't do what they were supposed to do, it took 40 years. In our own case, if we miss it this time around, it will take us another 58 years before Nigeria can get it right. Because 4 years is very, very key in the life of a country. But you ask yourself, who are the alternatives out there other than us? It's the same failed politicians that are presenting themselves as the saviors of tomorrow. Ask yourself, what is it that Atiku can do now that he didn't do for 8 years under Obasanjo? Nothing. What is it that Buhari can do that he didn't do in the last 3.5 years? Nothing. They have no plans for us. They have no agenda. They have no vision. They have no mission in Nigeria. But as young people, as Nigerians, we must open our eyes. As they say, shine your eyes. Very well.
Eyes are open.
All eyes should be open. Clear your eyes and say to yourself, enough is enough. We are not continuing like this anymore. We are not able to buy rice for anybody, I'm sorry, or give Ankara. That is not or we don't need that 5,000 naira on election day. But the question you should ask yourself is, when they give you 5,000 naira on election, where did they get the money from? Is your money that is stolen, either just now or a long time ago? Yeah. And they give you a fraction of it. But why is it attractive to receive 5,000 naira? It's because somebody deliberately introduced a policy that will pauperize you, that will turn you into a beggar, so that when there's little to be taken, you stretch out your hand. That is what we are facing. That's what we are facing in Nigeria today. But we are saying that that can change, and we are desirous to change it. I am not a politician, with due respect. I don't even believe in politics, but I'm a political revolutionary person. And those of you, I heard you say that you know Baggies of Tunuga. Yes. Baggies. In fact, I will come back here with Baggies. Baggies is my body from the University of Lagos. We started 30 years ago. We started with Baggies in 1989. You know, Baggies is the only person that has never changed since the day I met him. He looks the same. So we'll come back together. But honestly and seriously, people, I cannot live here without saying hello to you. That's why I stopped. But we have to organize a big event in Oworo to sweep the change that they brought 4 years ago away from this area. You know, I hear this area is the Jagaban area. We might also need to change the name because we don't like what Jagaban is doing in there. Don't worry.
The name has been existing before they gave
I understand. Okay. That's very good. You see, when we are doing this, we need a dose of humor. So we can laugh at some things. But, you know, honestly, when I said that, I mean that we should change our attitude to how we do politics. And I'll be the happiest person to make this place the base of our campaign in Lagos. So that the revolution can start. And it's a promise based on what I've heard about the progressive politics that's going on in this place. As you know, as we are here, we don't have police. But
can you just watch? Take it back! Action! Action made! Take it back! Action! Take it back! It's camera shy.
So, I would love for us to have that synergy, collaboration and cooperation that will make this place the base of our campaign in Lagos. So that the revolution we are talking about can start from Oroshoki again.
Which
the same way, this happened to be my base. The same way Oroshoki was part of the people that drove the military out of power in this country. I don't know if you guys heard about the history of the military. Whenever they want to pass Oroshoki under military rule, they have to start shooting from Antony to be able to pass this place. And it was war. During that time, it was war. Because this is our base. We go and shut down Lagos here. I don't know how many bullets have been wasted in this particular place, under the bridge there. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. As I mentioned, we'll be back to Jagaban base. We will use Jagaban base to dislodge all the Nigerian Jagabans. But we need everybody to educate everybody. A lot of people in this country are still doubting whether they want to be free or not. Some are saying that maybe it will take another 4 years. They need another 4 years before they can. You don't have 4 years on our hands. If they continue managing Nigeria the way they are managing now, we will not have Nigeria in the next 4 years. I said it, if you have read it on the internet. If Atiku becomes Nigeria's president in the next 4 years, he will put Nigeria on Alibaba.
Yeah, I read it on the internet.
And I mean it, because that is what they are planning. Whatever they couldn't sell when they were in power that last time, they want to sell it now. Go and ask them. They said they privatized NEPA. Where is NEPA today? Is there electricity?
Yes,
no. Electricity. They privatized Nigeria Port Authority. Is it working? No. They privatized Nigeria shipping line. Is it working? No. They privatized Nigeria Airways. Do we have an airline? No. They privatized Nigeria
insurance.
You know, Nakon Insurance. Ajakuta. Everything they privatized. Nigeria spent over $100 billion in buying all this and creating all these companies and institutions. Atiku came and privatized all of them in 8 years. You cannot find 1 naira anywhere. In fact, what they did is after they privatized and gave it to their friends, they now started giving them subventions to run the organizations that they gave to them for free. That is what they did in the last 16 years and what Buhari has done in the last 3.5 years. But we are not going to behave like Lucky Igbinodo's father, who said when his son failed the first tenure that you should let him repeat the class. We are not letting anybody who failed to repeat the class over our destinies. So that's why we need you. We need every one of you. We need everybody. We need every Nigerian. Whether you are young or you are old, male or female, whether you are able or disabled, we need all of you on board to dislodge these guys next year. We need the conscientization to happen. We need to tell our people that money politics is not going to take us anywhere. And at any rate, it is your money stolen from you that is being used to entice you. Your children need a future. They need to be able to go to school. When you are sick, you deserve to go to hospital and get a doctor to treat you so that you can be well again. When you want to travel, you deserve to get your destination in one piece. When you sleep, you deserve electricity before you wake up, 24 hours and after you have woken up. When you open your fridge, you deserve cold water. You deserve everything that everybody deserves everywhere in the world. You deserve jobs when you graduate from the university, or even if you don't go to university, you deserve to have a job. When you want to go to school, you deserve to be able to get admission without knowing anybody at the university. These days, to even get into primary school, you have to have connection in Nigeria. To get into secondary school, you have to have connection. After you do well in the secondary school, to even pass WAEC, you need connection. They call it special centers. To get into university, you have to write JAM and write another exam created by the university, which is meant to weed out the poor. Are we going to keep looking like this? No! Enough is enough. So, please, say enough is enough. Enough is enough! I want to thank you. I want to thank you because I know that with your help, we can deliver this country. We can do it. And I know that we can do it. We will do it. You see, say, take it back. 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 Thank you. And thank you. When people of South Africa were tired of apartheid, this is how they gathered. And today, they are free. And Nigerians are even dying to go to South Africa. So let's create a country where South Africans will be dying to come to. When Americans will be dying to come to. When I was at the University of Lagos, we used to give scholarship to South African activists at the University of Foreigners. Today, we cannot even get into our own schools. What are we going to do? We have said that for everybody going to higher institutions, we give you study allowances. We have said that for every child that is out of school, we will invest 100,000 naira to return them to school. Free education. We have said is that those who want to work will provide plenty jobs in the infrastructure sector, in the housing sector, in the electricity sector. 5 million jobs is the starting point. We have said it that for small businesses, we'll give you loans with very minimal interest rates. Because nobody can borrow money in our banks today and make profit from it, except you are a thief. We have said it for every worker in Nigeria, you get 100,000 naira minimum wage. You deserve it. Greatest Nigerian people. Greatest Nigerian people. Greatest of the greatest. Thank you so much. You're welcome, sir. And have a fantastic Sunday until we come back for our big rally. Yes.
My worry is this. I mean,
question. Wait, is this? You can hold that. Okay. Yeah. Just pull the trigger.
No, sorry. Okay. So, thank you for your short speech. You've been able to touch so many areas of words I've heard from loads of politicians. You talked about education and some other areas of our lives you think is going to improve. But my fear is this. what about the blueprint? Because we have to have a roadmap out of this mess.
Yes.
You and I both know it. Everything in this country is grounded at the moment. Yes. So, not to even mention education, housing, and etc. Other things that are really vital, things that will lift us out of poverty. Yes. So, I think we need more elicitation from your own side on how we are going to get out of this problem. I mean, because if not, it's going to be the same old selling point as you have it from different candidates telling us we're going to get free education, we're going to get this, we're going to get that. And at the end of the day, how is that going to happen? I think that is much more important to me as a Nigerian citizen at the moment. So thank you very much for honoring your invitation here today.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Nice meeting you, bro. Thank you, Comrade. Thank you.
Comrade,
I thank you very much. We have probably the best elucidation of our programs. Our program is known as Spicer Hit, and it starts with security, power, to bring power to the power sector from 3,000 to 24,000 megawatts of electricity. Infrastructure that will double our Nigeria current highway system, to double it everywhere and link Nigeria with the dual carriageway system. In addition to bringing railway system that is modern, fast, and efficient. We have discussed power explicitly by saying that we will bring about power through renewable, number one, 4,500 megawatts of electricity through solar energy alone. That will mean that we have solar farms all over the country. When we're talking about employment, housing, we talked about 17 million units of housing. And we have also detailed how we will fund this, including how we will fund minimum wage. In fact, in doing our minimum wage calculation, what drove us to it was the police and teachers. And now, after we started, the federal government is stealing our ideas. They just increased the salary of police to 90,000 naira. But our proposal is for 100,000 naira. In fact, we started the debate on minimum wage, right? And you also have heard the controversy about exporting weed, cannabis, outside of Nigeria. We started it, and now Ghana is going to be exporting. South Africa has legalized weed. America, about 8 states legalized weed. Canada has legalized weed. And we are saying that these are areas where we can make money in Nigeria, instead of NDLA running around burning weed. And you are chasing youths based on smoking of cannabis, but you are not chasing the leaders who are smoking cocaine in their offices. That's the truth. Yes, of course. But instead of chasing the youth, let them know that this can be an income earner. And put everybody to work. You'll be surprised. The week that Canada legalized weed, they ran out of weed within 2 days. They could only provide 30% of their demands. So imagine that Nigeria can be shipping our own weed, which is the best. It's known as cannabis sativa. That's the name of our own weed. It's the best in the family of weeds. If we can be exporting it, we can make over $4 billion every year from 3 states.
From 3 states.
3 states.
Ekiti,
Ondo, Ekiti, and Delta. The best weed is grown in a place called Obese in Ondo State. And then, of course, they have Sapele and they also have in Ekiti. So, but Nigeria, we have leaders who cannot think. And that's why you have to elect leaders who are progressive thinkers, who don't see every young person as a criminal. Because that's how they relate with us today. Even when the police is passing, they are looking for hot spots where they can shoot somebody. Not how to engage with them, to find them jobs and make them do things that can make this country become a fantastic country. So that is our response to what we have. A document.
I'll go online now.
Yes, and it's online. It can be downloaded. We also have an app that you can download on your phone that will give you a detailed breakdown of how we intend to do this and how we intend to sponsor our programs. Nobody, since we started, has been able to fault our programs, has broken down to the last.
And my question will be, how much more you make education to be viable to all Nigerians, and every Nigerian citizen should be proud that I am earning this is also certain amount of money every month, and I should be able to send my son to a university.
Absolutely.
Can you elaborate on that for us?
I will elaborate by using my own life as an example.
Thank you.
When I came to the University of Lagos, the school fees was 45 naira. 45 naira. University of Lagos. Accommodation was 90 naira. My parents could not afford 45 naira. My father gave me 25 naira, gave me a bunch of letters to go to my uncles, and gave me a big bag of gari. And I came to Unilag from Ondo State. If education was not affordable, I will not be standing in front of you today. I will not be able to go to the university. So I owe it to posterity to allow other children who were in my position in 1989, your children, the children of nobodies, to be able to attain the highest level of education in this country for free. It is something that I owe. It's my conscience owe it to all these kids. That is why I'm fighting very hard to become president, so that this will become a reality. Because the next president of Nigeria should be able to come from a Uronshoki. Because think about it, the best musicians in Nigeria today, they are from Ajegunle.
Yes, you are right.
If we had allowed them to demolish Ajegunle in the 90s, where would the Daddy Shoki have come from? Orishafemi, and all the big soccer players we have. These are children that we call Atakpata the day.
Atero for the day.
Yes, Atero for sure. So we owe it to posterity to make sure that everybody is given opportunity in this country to attain their highest potential. Thank you so much. So we are running to another appointment. That I would love to answer, but we are coming back.
We have our last of thanks. No, we have our last
question.
Thank you very much, everybody. We thank God we have somebody who have a first AAC.
Take it back.
AAC.
Take it back.
AAC.
Take it back.
I'm not going to talk based on the period, on the times that I happen to be opportune to meet our candidate today. But I'm going to talk simply because of the record he has in Lagos. When he was a student union president, when he was in Unilag, I was very familiar and very, let me say, there's nothing I cannot say about Sowore. Sowore is for liberation. Sowore is for the emancipation of the youths. We have to get that fact right. Your journey into this race is a blessing to Nigeria. If we all believe that,
Yes.
that is one thing I want to assure you. But let me ask you something, our candidate. The question I want to ask you is this: are we not going to have psychopaths like we have in the previous administration, in your own administration as well, if you happen to get win the election? That's the question I want to ask.
There will be no room for psychopathy. You already know us, you know our background. We have fought psychopaths our entire lives. We have zero tolerance for psychopaths, and there will be no psychopaths around our government. This is a matter of pedigree, it's a matter of history, it's a matter of integrity. And you know that, I can leave you with that, you know me. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.